Yo, welcome to another video. I am Justin Case, and today I got a couple of topics I want to talk about with y'all. So let's go ahead and get right into it. Okay, so y'all know I'm gonna keep it all the way real with y'all, all the way transparent. So the first microphone that I reviewed on this channel, ended up having connectivity issues with it. It just would not stay connected. It would start sending out like feedback loops and stuff, and it was out of my control. There was nothing I could do about it. So I reached out to Fifine, obviously, and they sent me a replacement. Everything was good, but then the same thing ended up happening almost about the same amount of time, like 3 4 weeks into owning it, using it every day. It went out on me. Nothing I could do about it. So obviously, this time you see I have another Fifine microphone. They did not send me this one. I purchased it myself. And that is just letting y'all know how much I actually do really like their products. I'm not saying this because they've sent me a product for review before. I'm saying that because I honestly mean it. Their products are very good. Their first microphone, when it works, it works. It is very great. It is a great microphone. But it just wouldn't stay connected. This one, I've had it now for about a month. No issues. Absolutely no issues whatsoever. This thing is flawless. It just works. It just works. I actually ended up buying it for another purpose right before the second microphone went out on me. So, but nevertheless, with that being said, here we are. The new microphone is perfect in my opinion. You can hear the quality. I've actually been using it on a lot of the content that I've been putting out. I just didn't say anything because I wanted to see, would it have the same issues like the last microphone had. But so far, so good, and I absolutely love it. They have a couple of more products and things that I want to try out. So very soon, I'll be bringing that to the channel as well. And then, you know, doing reviews and making content out of that too. So just wanted to let y'all know where we were with that. Moving on to some of these topics for today, let's talk about the Meta Connect event. I attended this event in VR. This is my first time ever going to an event in virtual reality, and they did a great job of making sure that video feed was almost flawless. The only issues I saw for the entire event were truly just graphical errors, a little bit of pixelation and blur and stuff like that, but nothing major. That right there stood out to me because I remember watching a meta event years and years and years ago, and it was bad. I'm talking about it was just a YouTube video, and the YouTube feed just it was lagging almost the entire time. I can't remember what year it was, but it was bad, and so that was the impression they left on me. So going from that to attending the event in VR, yeah, man, I enjoyed it. They did a great job. Even some of the fails that they had to me really weren't that big because we've seen some of those same things happen with Apple, Xbox, and a bunch of other companies before. So I know there were people trying to clown them for that, but I'm not gonna give them no flack for that. Now, if the product releases and those things are still like extremely prevalent, I'm okay with a couple of bugs and little issues at launch, but if the product comes out at launch and it's just unusable and it takes 2 3 months for them to get it to do basic functions, then I have a problem with it. Um, and that's just generally how I feel about tech most times anyway. So just wanted to say that. That being said, man, they did a great job with some of these products. The updated Meta Ray Bans, I know those things are gonna fly off the shelf. That's a wrap. They've already become like a household product now. I did not realize that people were going to gravitate to these glasses the way that they have. I thought it was just gonna remain for content creation, for people doing POV content, stuff like that. No, These glasses are now just a regular, everyday type of product. There are people that I know that don't do content creation at all, and they are using the Meta Ray Bans for various reasons. So once I saw that, I knew that these were going to be a staple, and the newest generation, I think people are just gonna love it. Now the displays, the Meta Ray Ban displays. My thoughts on that are very simple. I already told y'all these were coming. If you go back on my TikTok page, I think it might even be on my YouTube Shorts. If you go back a couple of months ago, I told y'all that this was going to be coming. I didn't think it was going to come this fast. Pause. But they did it, bro. They did it. They put a display in the glasses with basic functions such as reading messages, viewing pictures, da 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 da. Like I already told y'all that was gonna happen. I did not think it was gonna be this year though. I even said on a couple of Reddit threads, I kept telling people like, yeah, I know that augmented glasses and smart glasses is the next wave, but I don't really see that being a thing for this year. So the fact that they went ahead and pushed it out now before the holiday season, Meta's playing a game, and I don't think people are going to be ready to keep up. In my mind, I believe the Quest 4 is already done. The Quest 4 is already done. It's already out there. They're already playing and testing with it and all that. They just want to make sure that it is 110% ready before they put it out. They don't want to have none of the issues that they experienced with the Quest 3 and 3S with the 4. They want to be able to drop it and move on from the release. You know, they quick motion. That's what it's shaping up to be. I see it. But the biggest thing is they're probably just waiting to see what Valve is gonna do with the Steam frame, aka the Deckard. We've been waiting on that for a while now. Shout out my boy Mateo 311 because he's the one who told me about that months ago. He told me put this on your radar, da da da. He was the one who let me know. So shout out to Mateo for that. But I truly and honestly think that that's what's going on. There's this game of we trying to see what the other is gonna do. I feel like Valve might have been waiting to see what Meta was gonna do, and Meta is waiting to see what Valve is gonna do. And there might be other players too. I know the HTC. I can't remember the name of it right now, but HTC has a headset that they're trying to put out. There's the Samsung mixed reality, and even Apple. Apple, what they everybody swore, even me, I swore we were gonna be seeing the Apple Vision Pro 2 or the Apple Vision Air at their last event, nowhere to be found. But I think that's because everybody is at a standstill trying to see what the next is going to do. Uh, I don't really think it's hardware limitations. I think it's software based and them trying to see, like I said, what route, what definitive route is everybody else going? Simple as that. But I'm very excited to see where this goes, man, because right now it's like you can feel it. You can feel things moving and bubbling. You can feel that something big is about to happen in this space. And that right there, man, that is so exciting to be a part of, man. I swear, I am absolutely loving this era right now. The way people talk about the 2016 era of virtual reality, that's how I feel right now in 2025 going into 2026. I feel like 2026 has a potential to just be, you know, it has potential to be that motherfucker, man. I was just speaking on it, but the next topic was the Apple Vision Pro. I pretty much summed it up already. I feel like Apple is they already have the Apple Vision, the next generation ready. They're just trying to make sure that, you know, everything is where it wants to be. I already spoke on it. There's no need for me to even go any further. Like, you already understand my thoughts on it. I feel like everybody is just playing the waiting game. The hardware is already there. This is just a software thing at this point. We're just trying to see, you know, where are we going with it? That's all. Okay, so this is going to be the section where I talk about the newest games that I've been reviewing, playtesting, da 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 da. Okay, so Zix, I am so 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 impressed by this game. The moment I loaded the game up, when you first load the game up, the first thing you see, it just automatically lets you know that this is not going to be a regular game. I cannot explain it to you. It's something to do with those geometric shapes. It's something to do with the colors. I cannot explain it to you, but that game has so much expression. It is not afraid to be itself. It's not afraid to be weird, trippy, and uncomfortable. Um, you really don't know what to expect with that game. Like I said, when I was looking at the trailers, I already knew that that game was going to be amazing. So I reached out to the developers. They gave me a review key, so I was able to play this game a little bit earlier than the majority of people. And through my playthrough, I say within the first 3 4 hours, my jaw was on the floor the entire time. I could not understand how they put this game together to even think artistically the way that they did, but make it all cohesive is just mind blowing. That game feels like a psychedelic trip that I had in my younger years, all packaged into a video game. And it's absolutely wonderful. Everything just feels great. The weapons, the combat, that you can tell they put a lot of time and effort into this, and it just shows. The movement, I don't really play much like gorilla tag based move or type of movement. You know what I'm saying? So this is kind of new for me to utilize movement in this way. But man, I'm completely blown away. Again, a lot of people don't know. I just started playing VR pretty much at around April and May. Like I'm new to this. I'm very, very new to all of this. So again, I haven't played any Gorilla Tag or I think the game's called Orion's Drift. I haven't played those type of games. I don't really play many games where the movement is very interactive and you gotta do movement stuff at the same time while you're doing combat and this and that. Those type of games, they are intense. They are everything is moving fast. This, that, and the third. Man, I'm telling you, I was not ready for this. But once you get over that learning curve, it just flows. And it feels very natural to go from a movement type of action right into a combat action or using the bow. Like the game flows very, very well. So when you take in the way the game looks plus the gameplay, then the gameplay loop. This game is it's one of them ones. I'm telling you right now, people are going to be talking about this for a very long time. And I knew it from the first time I saw the trailer. The first time I saw the trailer, I knew that this game was going to be something special. But then when you put that headset on for the first time and you load that game up, man, I am thoroughly impressed. Let me say that I am thoroughly impressed. The next game I want to talk about also has me just as impressed. These two games have been some of the most fun I have spent in VR since I started playing. The next game I want to talk about is Titan Isles. Okay? This game comes out on the 25th of September. And let me tell you now, you don't want to miss this. The story, the gameplay, the music, the weapons and combat. God. I have been trying to get my friends to get on VR. Just like me, again, I thought that this stuff was gimmicky. I thought that the MetaQuest was a gimmicky piece of technology. I thought it was just for kids. I thought the only thing on here was VR chat and Gorilla Tag. I know for a fact that a good handful of my friend base, my friend group, would absolutely love this game. I could see us diving into this game and spending hours and hours and hours playing Titan Isles. This is not up for debate. This is a fact. If my friends had MetaQuest or PCVR headsets, I know we would be dumping hours and hours of time into this game. And I know y'all watching this video. So really, I'm talking to y'all. This is reason 989 why you need to get a headset now. Don't wait. Because just like I thought at the beginning of the year, I thought it was still gimmicky. It's over with. These games they are putting out right now are amazing. They are truly phenomenal. Titan Isles is this is God. I really can't even put it into words, bro. I've had so much fun playing this game, and I've only played it solo so far. So I know once I squad up with somebody and get into this game co-op, know, I already know what's gonna happen. Ghost Town was my game of the year, right? Played Ghost Town, I loved it. But right now, I don't know. I don't know what my game of the year is because there have been so many great games, and this we only got a couple of months left in the year, but there are so many good games that's lined up for the rest of the year. Like I said, this is gonna be a hell of a battle for game of the year. I'm telling you, I've already said it. The way that this feels is very reminiscent of the way people talk about 2016. Man, I can't wait for people to play this game and for everybody else to be able to talk about it. Cause this is one of them ones. I'm telling you. Another one of them ones is Arken Age. For Arken Age to be a PCVR port onto the MetaQuest, mm, mm, mm. That's something to talk about right there. I don't know how y'all did it. I don't know how y'all packaged that game to work on PCVR the way that it does, and then moved it on down to the Quest the way that y'all have. Talk about a phenomenal game. Oh my God. Like I said, that comes out a little later this year. But even still, even that is a contender for game of the year. Arken Age is truly amazing. VR is dead. VR is dead. VR is dead. There are so many people saying that. And I don't know if that's because you've been in it for 10 years plus or what, and you're just tired of it, sick and tired of hoping that one day it'll be good and this, that, and I don't know what is going on. But what I do know is that in 2025, them, them boys pushed the meter. They pushed the meter. They ran it up. They ran it up. Because where we are right now, this is amazing. Look, there should be some gameplay up on the screen right now. I don't care if you're talking about the PCVR version or if you're talking about the MetaQuest version. This game and all the others I've talked about today truly look amazing. And these are not AAA games. They are not, they don't have AAA studios behind them. Just imagine. Just imagine. At this point, it is, I will say it publicly, it is hard for me to play flat screen games. I thought people in the groups in Reddits were just saying that. No, I truly understand it now. When you have games like Forefront that can take a game that that's been on console forever, a concept that you easily understand, and then you take it and put it in VR and it works very well, that disrupts the whole thing. Because if I'm being 100% honest, I had more fun playing the Forefront beta than I did playing the Battlefield beta. So you can't tell me VR is dead. That conversation is null and void if you asking me. VR ain't dead. They just getting started. They just getting started. And I'm listen. There are so many things that while I've been in this space, I'm just like, dang, that's not a thing yet, or that's just now becoming a thing. Seriously, I don't understand. But what I do know is VR not dead, bro. VR is not dead. They really just getting started. They really just gearing up. What's about to come next? 2026 onward. Oh my God. I hope y'all ready. That's why I've been doing all this. That's why I've been doing all this content creation and all this and that, because I know what's about to happen. Mark my words. Mark my words, bro. But that's the video for this week. I'm gonna be back with another video. I have another video that I'm working on right now. It's pretty. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you. It's my thoughts on VR being dead. I kind of just talked about it right now, but I'm gonna go in depth and talk about my reasonings for why I do not think VR is dead or dying. I don't think VR is in trouble at all. So I'm gonna get into that on my next video. I'll let y'all later.